And so we used, I brought a white satin blouse with me from Woodstock, where I was living. And we copied that and just added length to it. And that was my costume for the last year.
Can I ask Piper a question?
Yeah, please.
Actually, I have two questions. How old were your kids when you did Carrie? Did they go and see the movie when it first came out?
My daughter was 5, and she came to visit the set the last day after I wrapped, and had cookies and juice, and she didn't see the movie until she was about 15. And by choice, I think her friends used to come into the house and sort of look at me, and sort of slither along the wall.
It's actually the perfect time for Eve to see that movie. I wonder if she saw you in a whole different light.
And then, when you first met Sissy, have you seen anything that she had done? I think she had done Crime Cut, or before that maybe.
No.
And then what was your initial, did you guys bond immediately in terms of a mother-daughter?
She and Amy Irving were rehearsing in Brian's apartment, and they had just finished, and Amy left rather quickly, and she was just very nice, and I don't think we made a great effort to
Get to know her.
do anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's
But after you had first seen a couple of times of the dailies, did you go and see the dailies and you saw Sissy?
no, I
as
didn't
we
see
know?
the dailies, no.
Well, by all accounts, she was kind of a bit of a loner on the set too. I think she purposely, Sissy
She purposely, yeah, but she did tell us that she was going to do
That
that.
was her first starting role.
Yeah.
And towards the end, she became a little more part of the crowd. You know what I mean? And I think in moments when we were at the prom,
Yeah, I know that she did, I think the prom, after the blood fell on her head, I think it took another 2 days to film. And she had a trailer outside the back of the set, and she slept with that blood on because she wanted it to match. That's how dedicated she was.
It was-
I thought that was amazing.
it was caramel syrup. So her arms literally would stick to her body. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah, and she also insisted that she be buried for the end scene where her hand up, that it be her hand and not a double. Yeah, it shows the level of caring that went into the production, and I swear that this whole thing, it had to how special it is.
That scene was not in the script. The hand thing was not in the script. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was not, didn't exist. And when they had this thing, this setup, and first it was just Sissy's hand coming out of it, and what are they doing? What is he doing? What is this? So, yeah, so it was pretty much a surprise to most of us, too.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more questions. Sir.
Piper, you said in an audio commentary once that you started talking about making Carrie around, obviously, and the fun that you were having dragging Sissy around, and then you said years later she got even with me. I'm guessing that was during the Dancing in the Grass work?
Everybody's looking at me, and I know that, I'm sorry, I had a hearing problem to begin with, and with the microphone, and somebody tell me what was
Something
it?
about that you dragged Sissy around and years later you said she got even with you somehow?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we did a movie together called The Grass Harp, and we played sisters, and I played the sweet sister, and she played the mean, nasty. And she even had a gold tooth made for wearing out of her mouth. That was great fun.
Payback time. Role reversal.
Yeah.
One last question. Let's get a good one here. All right.
Being that you were sort of the original bad girls of artists, because I remember this being like one of the first scary movies I ever watched. Were you ever worried that you'd be stuck in sort of a pigeonhole into these sort of movies? I mean, obviously you weren't, but at the time when you made it, were you worried that they'd kind of stick you there?
Well, I mean, after this movie came out, I was sent a few scripts that were sort of Carrie wannabe, nasty girl kind of things, but I didn't consider doing it, and I just, yeah, I mean, I didn't really think about that part of it so much. I mean, I was just looking for something very different to do, just because you want to play. I've played this, and I want to play something else. That's the fun of being an actor, so, actress.
DJ, you obviously made more genre films.
Yeah, I mean, definitely we were sent a lot of scripts with that same heart in mind, but back then, no, you just wanted to get another job, you know, so it was easy to kind of navigate and, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do that. There, you know, not that there were offers, there were auditions, and then you had a choice, but, you know, we obviously went for something that was different. So Linda from Halloween.
Piper, were you concerned at all about starring in a genre movie? I mean, you had done a lot of work until that, and varied work, but were you concerned at all that maybe your comeback was going to be a horror film?
I think of it as a horror film, did you?
No, I wouldn't think of it as a horror film, like,
They're the Devil's Rejects.
Well, I mean, elements of it certainly play that way. I mean, we're not at Texas Festival weekend, you know.
very soon after that, since we were all in California, my family, I was offered a horror film called Ruby. And there are a lot of reasons why I did it. That I go into in my book, which I'm supposed to say I've written a book that it's
It's a wonderful book. You need to buy it.
So if you didn't think it was a horror film, well, what does Carrie play like to you?
Now I consider it a horror film, but when I was first, you know, when I first read the script and first went up on it, I certainly, I didn't really know. I guess I was naive when I was young, and I didn't think of movies in terms of genres. I thought of them just as roles and parts and, you know, gosh, you know, my career. I didn't really pigeonhole it, and I had not read the book. I wasn't aware of Stephen King. I think he was banned the first day he came to the set, and then he wasn't allowed to come back or something.
Oh, really?
That was Lawrence Cohen.
Oh, okay.
That was the screenwriter. He was talking to the actors too much.
That's right.
Okay.
And then Steven Spielberg came down and asked me to push us out. He was there, looking for a date.
But you didn't get much of a horror film. I didn't. I thought there was so much humor in it.
Mm-hmm.
I did like you. I thought there was a lot of humor in it, and you know, certainly, as we know, music lends a lot. And of course, as the story plays out, and you start to see the lighting, the look of it, and all of that. But
yeah, more like as a science fiction almost because of the telekinesis, you know.
I thought there were a couple of moments that were scary for me, and that's, of course, the last moment of, you know, the hand coming in, when you can't anticipate what's going to happen. And then a moment where it wasn't, I don't get applauded for it, but nor should I. But the one moment when Sissy comes back from the prom, and I'm standing behind the door, and you could just make out a body. I thought that was scary.
Yeah. Yeah, but more of it just simmers with tension, I guess, and it builds up to this crescendo when Carrie unleashes her wrath, you know, and I think that's terrifying. Really. It's more of it's like a real slow burn. I think that's probably why horror fans liked it then and like it now, and that's all the time we have, but I want to thank you so much for being here.